Woo!
Take source. Hello, it is I, SteleCat, and you were watching Minecraft 10 years ago. The series about playing Minecraft, as it was. Hello, block that was in my way. And, well, in this series, we play Minecraft as it was 10 years ago. That's the gimmick. Yes, it is a gimmick. I fully admit that. But anywho, in today's episode, well, we made some progress since last episode. The bedroom and the kitchen are looking much better than they did before. I have a nice proper fridge, and everything is just looking a little bit nicer. This light used to be in the middle of the room. That was a terrible idea. It's now over here and looking much better. And my bedroom just has... it has the carpet. The carpet is what's new. I did some things with the carpet. Also this... Oh, you know, I forgot to finish that. I forgot to finish this off camera. I was supposed to finish the roof, the ceiling. But anywho, that's no matter. It's no big deal. Also, that doesn't go anywhere. That's just supposed to look like it goes somewhere, but really it's just a light little trick I came up with, I guess. Clever, haha. Anywho, today is a special day, though. No, not because it's episode 48. No, not because it's just after April Fool's. But because as of, like last week or this week or sometime pretty recently, this Minecraft world has turned 1 year old. We have been in this world for exactly, or roughly, approximately, somewhere around 1 year. And it's a beautiful thing. And so to celebrate, I thought it would be great to have a nice world tour of this world. And as a matter of fact, I am actually doing it on stream in the Discord. So I have some folks here with me. Hello, folks.
Oh.
Hello.
Yep.
Where am I?
Hello?
Hello, everyone. There's more people here than I actually knew were here. But yeah, so as we climb to the top of this glorious hill and look over the world, let us begin the tour to celebrate 1 year in Minecraft 10 years ago, Infinity, as this world was initially called. And I mean, I don't know. I've never... seriously, in the menu, it's still just World 1. But I guess we could rename it to Infinity or something, since that was the lore at the beginning. But speaking of the beginning, let's start this tour at the beginning, the spawn point. And the spawn point, it got messed up, because as you may remember, the world got corrupted. And the spawn point, I do believe, was... Oh yeah. It was right there on that block. Like, there was, you know, there was block, and this was the spawn point, and this is where I spawned into the world. It looked like this, and when I spawned in, I looked around, and the first thing that happened when I spawned into this beautiful, beautiful world is I don't remember these trees being here, to be honest, so that's weird. But anywho, I went over to this valley, and I decided that this would be a good place to hunker down for the night. So I made my way down here. What is happening to these trees? To these... Oh. Is the forest just glitching out while I'm not paying attention? I don't know.
These are some strange trees, man.
Yeah. Anywho, I came down into this valley, and there was no cactus here. There was no house. There was nothing. I just came down here, and I think I had some wood, and I just... Oh, and it was very early Infdev, so there were no monsters, so it wasn't really dangerous. It was just dark and lonely and empty. And then we made this house, and this house was just this part initially. I don't even think there was no door, there were no buttons, those did not exist yet. I'm not even sure we had glass windows at first. It was just house, and you went in, and it was this wasn't here. It was just house and some chests and things, and oh yeah, cursed torches. What world tour would be complete without cursed torches? But yeah, that's all it was in here. It was just this little room. None of that was there. And there was no door, no pressure plate, yada yada. It was very, very empty. I think the flowers are pretty old, though. I got those as soon as I could. Oh, and of course, this sign. This sign has been there for a long time. When it was initially placed, it was huge. It was like a block and a half tall, because that's the way signs were at first. But now it's just this little sign, Steele's Humble Abode. The next thing I did was went over here, and of course there was no walkway. This was just a pond. There were no reeds. I went over here and decided that this would be a good place to start a mine. So I dug a mine down. Pretty sure there were no stairs back then, but I still dug it in such a way that I could easily place stairs later on. And initially I went this way, but I decided to stop for top secret reasons. And those in the know can probably guess what's going on. But, anywho, this is where the mine goes, off in this direction, towards the chunks we are already in, / kinda towards alpha chunks. And yeah, you can see how I mine. It's in, one long tunnel and then little strips, and I dig into the... It's a very efficient way of mining, basically maximizing how much you dig versus how many blocks are visible because of said digging. And I saw it in an ant venom video once, okay? And it was like, yeah, that works. I'll do that forever. And never try anything else. So yeah. And then, in Alpha 1.2.0, we got the Nether portal, of course. We'll go into the Nether later. But for now, this is the first Nether portal in this world. And, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot. Another very important feature of the home area, a very early feature of the home area.
Yes, it's important and long forgotten.
Long forgotten. This is the server teleporter. This is how I used to teleport to the old classic MC10YA server back in the days of yore, 2020. And yeah, it was a pretty cool little feature, and it broke several times, and it's been used for time travel. And have we gone in between dimensions with this one yet? Probably not. That might be a future video opportunity. But yeah, this has been an asset. A clunky one, an unpredictable one, but an asset nonetheless. Hello, Pigu. How you doing?
Pork chop.
Pork chop. Pork chop. I'll spare you this time. Okay, I won't spare you. Get out of my way. There we go. Pork chop. Animal cruelty on stream. Down here, we have, watching over our reeds, Sammy the Snowman. He was added when winter mode was added to Minecraft. I briefly loaded up this world in winter mode just to see what it would be like, and I built Sammy the Snowman, and he's very handsome, wouldn't you say? Yeah, handsome. I love him. Yeah, dude.
He's got a cute nose.
Yeah, he's got a cute nose. He's got redstone torch for some reason, and he's just a cool dude watching over the water and these reeds. And over here, between these two planks of wood that are still, I never got rid of those. Point being, when we began in this world, I tried to make a wheat farm, and it didn't work very well. But what I could do was basically wheat dupe. It's hard to describe, but you just break and plant wheat really fast in like InfDiv 420 or something, and you just get infinite wheat. And it's still there's still a bunch of it up in that chest. Back inside the house, this is the storage room that was added. I'm not exactly sure when it was added, but it has been very useful. It houses primarily cobble, and I do mean primarily cobble. That's pretty much all that's in here. It has a little bit of wood, a little bit of redstone stuff, mostly just cobble, and other things, cobble mainly. It's the cobble room, pretty much. And then I dug up here as well to make a second floor. This used to be just stone. Only very recently have I made it sandstone. I might change that yet again later on to like carpet or something. But I don't have a whole lot of dyes for wool yet. This couch was made to be, I don't know exactly what like a redstone testing room up here. That was the purpose. It never panned out, but this couch remains as a testament to that time period, and there's a distinct possibility that this arm used to be over here, and it was off-center in the room for months before I realized that it was off-center. But now it's centered, and it's all good. This has also been here for a long time. The glass and the chairs are relatively new, but this has been here for a while as a nice little lookout on the world around. And then back here, I got a wild hair one day. The bedroom and the kitchen are new as of last episode, but I got a wild hair one day and just started building and digging. And I made this stuff here, these little gardens with these little pools, and I just kept digging out and digging out. And I ended up with this overly elaborate staircase. And I'm not really sure why. It just kind of... Wait a minute. Why is there no... What was that sound? Why is there no fence here? Is there supposed to be a fence here? I think there's supposed... Is this like a creeper hole or something? Did a creeper blow up here and I just never noticed? I honestly don't know what's going on here.
Offensive.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. But apparently I need to repair this. Somehow it got broken and I just never noticed for some reason. Anywho. But yeah, you can walk straight back through the storage room to get to here. To get to the massive staircase, and for the longest time the staircase just ended here, and then it went a little further, and I planted these trees. Then it ended down here. And the goal was to make a giant underground tree farm, and that took a long time before it actually came to fruition. For a couple of months, it was just this platform and then stone. Just stone, and some stone dug out down there, but mainly just stone. And then I finally buckled down and got it done. And now we have a massive, massive tree farm with a mob farm, which works. You'll see how well it works when the sun rises. It's ridiculous. But yeah, we have a tree farm with, I believe, 24 trees. A very large array of furnaces, 12 furnaces. We have a storage area over here for all the wood, and finally, we're starting to get a good wood supply in this place. Here's some junk. Here's some... Oh, all the cobble that I dug out. Yeah. And what do I have over here? Saplings. Yep. And then over here, you'll see how efficient this thing is. Over here, I have unbelievable amounts of... just unholy amounts of mob drops in these chests. It is absurd how efficient this mob farm is. And the reason it's so efficient... You know what? You know what? Here's where the feathers are at, okay? Here's where the feathers are at.
Oh.
Weep.
Vaporized.
Okay.
Gone. Reduced to atoms. Looks like daylight is here, and as you can see, the faucet has turned on. And the reason this is so efficient is because these are early InfDev chunks before caves were added to Alpha Minecraft. So, because there's literally no caves, when daylight comes, the only place where mobs can spawn is in that mob farm. So they just pour in and pour in and pour in ridiculous volumes. And if I just sit down here and I, get all my trees, farm my trees, I can walk through here every once in a while, and just the sound of all the items. Let me demonstrate. And this is only a fraction of what can often happen. Hold on. I've got some trouble first to deal with. Got some trouble first. Okay, the trouble is only increasing. Trouble, be gone. Be gone. Be gone. I said be gone. Seriously. Okay. Listen. Did you hear that? It is ridiculous. Anywho, late InfDev terrain. This was the first time we ventured out into unknown territory, into late InfDev, and we walked all the way out over in the overworld, like out into the great unknown. And we went, but now we have the convenience of this road. As a matter of fact, it was the very next episode when I built this road, because I like roads. But this road leads to late InfDev terrain. I believe post InfDev 420, it would have been like May 2010, roundabouts, that this kind of terrain was happening. It's a very nice little tunnel. You can see beautiful sights as you go by, including some chunk errors due to the world corruption that happened at one point in Alpha. Also, this is intended to be a rail passage, as in I can, put a minecart down and just go and go and go. But as I'll demonstrate later, I could never get the booster rails to work properly. So eventually I just gave up on that, and I'm just waiting around for redstone rails. Like a filthy casual, I'm sorry. But that's what we're doing in this world. Anywho, here we are arriving at, I never did give it a name. This is like InfDev Station. This is the first sort of station outpost thing that I made in the InfDev chunks. And there's another road, which I don't think I've ever shown in video. But yeah, just a little rail station. Has its own chest and its own mine, sort of. And that's about it.
It's been a while since we saw that.
Yeah, it hasn't been in a video for quite some time because I haven't really done anything with it. I never spent a whole lot of time exploring this terrain out here, except for that one time when I wanted sand, and there was some right over here. But this does lead to a four-way intersection that only goes two ways. It was intended to go in these directions, and I don't know if it ever will. It may not happen within the confines of the main MC10YA series, but if this world does last beyond that series into new and exciting something or otherishness of things, then you never know. And this road just goes out and out all the way to Outpost Alpha, which I will show later on. In fact, I'm not even sure if it's complete yet. It's definitely not complete because it has no rails, it has no slavage. Yeah, this is a project that I do need to complete at some point in the future, and I will in the future. It's on my list of things to complete for the series, is this whole rail system, that basically a big ring rail system all the way out to Outpost Alpha and back home. Anywho, let's go back home and continue to the next part of the world tour. Back out here at home sweet home, that is, gravel. We have Alpha 1.0.x terrain in that direction, but before we check that out, we have the Infinity Municipal Rail Station. And this right here is where things went wrong in so many ways. This. I spent...
Oh no, these things.
At least one episode, but really several small moments across several episodes trying to get this to work in any way, and it just never would. Like, I would get it going for a moment, and then I would come back, and it's spinning the other direction, and I would try to get this to go, and I would just end up, like, in the block somehow, and it was just a mess and a disaster. From beginning to end, I got it to work once. I got it to work one time, and I went out here, and it was beautiful. But yeah, I can never get these minecart boosters to work consistently, which is why I've just been waiting around for redstone rails to come in beta 1.5. But before we leave home, again, let's check out one of the latest additions to the home area, and that is the top of the mob farm. You saw the bottom of it, but let's go check out the top.
I don't think we've seen this walkway before.
Oh, yeah. That may be true. I may not have shown this on video yet, but there's a bunch of mobs out here. I'm gonna frickin' die! Oh my gosh, this is okay. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back in the morning. Screw this.
Retreat!
Screw this. Okay, we're gonna try to go out here again. We're gonna try again, and hopefully the creepers don't destroy everything we love in the process.
Oh god, there's a creeper.
I do have my diamond sword, 2 hits and they're done, but... Okay, hold on. No! Okay, whew, that was close. That was a close call. That was a close call. That was almost
Hooray!
not worth it, but... This
You
is the
almost
mob farm.
destroyed history.
This is the mob farm. This is the hole. This thing was... Look at how powerful this thing is.
Oh, no.
Look at that. Look at that. It was so powerful, I had to cut this hole to nerf it. Okay? That's how powerful this thing was. And it's actually some really nice terrain out here behind the house where the mob farm is at. It's some very nice terrain. Some of the best terrain in the InfDev part of the world. I mean, just look at those cliffs and whatnot. It's pretty cool. It's pretty darn
Yeah,
cool.
it's pretty nice.
Back at home once more. Last thing I want to mention is that these trees used to be my tree farm. I would just place glass above these trees and then cut them down periodically as they grew. And the same was true of some trees over here by the rail station. You can see them behind the station. There's some trees, and I used to cut those down all the time. And that was basically my tree farm before I made a real tree farm. So yeah, and this tree grew nice and tall and big ages ago. It's like my favorite big tree. It's just in a nice little spot. You can come over here, and there's the rails, and there's the reeds, and it's just cozy. Anywho, out we go.
It's the best tree.
Best tree, 10 out of 10. Out we go to the Alpha 1.0.x terrain, down the second road tunnel thing that I dug/built. And of course, Alpha 1.0.x, that's Alpha 1.0.1, or 0.0, whichever, all the way through Alpha 1.0.17. And as you can see coming up here, I attempted to use booster rails along the track, and they kind of worked. Sometimes they worked, and then sometimes the minecart would disappear, and sometimes it would get stuck in here, and it was weird and inconsistent and messy, and it was, again, redstone rails. When are they coming? When are they coming, Notch?
Game, Notch.
Here we are now at Lake Alpha Station, which was the first place we went to in Alpha and built, and it's a fantastic little train station that goes to nowhere, but we did do some nice exploring out in the distance there. We went to some caves, and we found some clay, and had some nice little adventures for a couple of episodes. It was good times. Down over here, we have a little mine at Lake Alpha Station. We got some resources, we got some whatevers. We got a mine that goes down there, and I think it was supposed to go down that way and that way as well, but I never got around to it. I moved on to other things before that could happen. And then here we have, of course, another nether portal. So I'll show you the nether system that I have closer to the end of this world tour. This might end up being a long episode. And these were supposed to be... they are supposed to be track switches. I don't know if they will ever be practical, but in theory, I could set these up ahead of time if I'm going back and forth between places. But of course, for all practical purposes, if I'm going back and forth between two places several times in a row, I would just use the nether. That would be a lot easier. So these are just kind of here as a little novelty, honestly. But yeah. Here's Lake Alpha Station, and I like this building. It's a nice little... I actually haven't seen it in this lighting yet, in this Beta 1.2... Beta 1.3 lighting. 1.2? I don't know. Beta 1.3, I think, is the one that did the lighting system. I haven't seen it in this lighting yet, and it looks kind of nice.
It looks nice, yeah.
So let's head out one more time, down the last section of road, to the last major build area, etc. of this tour. And this here, Outpost Alpha, this is my pride and joy. This may... Yo! I am recording! Disrespect! Anywho, this right here, my pride and joy, Outpost Alpha. Hello, squids. This may actually have saved my YouTube channel. Unironically, this outpost right here, I was lost. I didn't know what I was doing. I was losing direction with the MC10YA series, and I was just kind of losing my feel for YouTube. I was getting tired of the kind of content I was making. It was feeling like the same thing over and over, and it just wasn't all that it could be. And then Outpost Alpha happened. It was like a half hour. It was a longer episode than usual, but it was just better in some way. And I still have not put into words what was better about that episode versus past episodes, but I started to figure out what I wanted out of my YouTube content after I made this episode, specifically Outpost Alpha. So this episode may have saved my YouTube channel in some way. But besides that, the Outpost itself, it's got some good resources. It's got a fantastic mine. You can either take the stairs and get dizzy, or you can take the elevator, which is much nicer.
Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite builds on your world here. It's just very neat.
Yeah.
Second floor.
Second floor. It's one of my favorites too. It's like the first build I made that I really liked, honestly, in this world. That I really, really liked. So, and yeah, the elevator puts you out here, and I've got the same kind of, mine shaft, except it's 2 wide this time instead of 1, which is honestly a lot nicer, because then you have a main corridor, and then it just goes on and on and on. It goes pretty far. I've got a lot of mining having done and mining to do in the future. Down here, this is kind of my best mining area right now. If I go out far enough, I may be able to get lapis. So, yeah, I have no plans to build any outposts further out, so if I want to get that lapis, I need to just keep digging out. And then, out back of Outpost Alpha, we have the beginnings of what could be a future road out into even further beta chunks. But these chunks are Alpha 126 chunks, I believe. And further beyond, we get into some... Are you friendly? Friendly spiders? Friendly spiders? Good. Okay, we get into some Beta 1.2 chunks, which is when some new terrain gen changes happened, and it was good stuff. Let's go see. Let's go see. Guys, look,
Wolf.
look, woof. It's a wolf.
Doggo.
We have a bone. It's a doggo. It's a doggo. First appearance of doggos on MC10YA. I'm so excited. Hello, doggo. I'm going to come back for you, my friend. I'm going to find bones, and I'm going to come back for you, and I am going to love you. We will be best friends.
I am going to find you, and I will tame you.
Pretty much. Look at this guy. I'm so excited right now. Look at this. He's beautiful. Hello. I can already...
He's so happy to see
I am
you.
ready to name this dog. I am not kidding. Anywho, continuing on. Out here, at the beginning of Beta 1.2, we discovered... hold on. I said we discovered, trying to get to the thick woods here, we discovered a very mysterious building that turned out to be called the Shrine of the Unknown. This building right here, the Shrine of the Unknown, left by the ancients, which... If you, this world tour would take forever if I tried to explain all the lore surrounding the ancients, but welcome, SteleCat, the Shrine of the Unknown. I removed a block, and behold, there was a water trap, and this water trap led me down to some signage, some signage, here we go. And, yeah, we've got some poetry. Some vague poetry about a heart of stone and things coming to an end and, I don't know, ominous warnings and such. And thankfully there was a handy ladder, so we didn't have to stay down there. Just try to survive off of wood scraps or something. Anywho. And we explored. We explored out in the beautiful Beta 1.2 terrain. There's some birch trees out there. I haven't seen a spruce tree yet, but I know there's some birch trees out there. And there's a big desert. Maybe should we go to the desert today? That could take forever. I don't know. The desert's really far away. Let's go. Let's go to the desert because that seems important. I don't know which way it is. Well, suffice to say, my dudes, there is a desert out there somewhere with Steele's Big Sandy Dig, where we dug up some sand in a semi-recent episode, and we're able to use it to add glass to the railroad things, tunnels, etc. I'm going to go home before it gets dark and I get lost, go back to Outpost Alpha, and we will continue this world tour in the Nether. The Nether. And boy, the Nether. Oh boy. I'm already scared. Hold on. First thing, options sound. Let's turn it down a little bit.
We are heading into a whole nether world.
Yeah. The Nether. Quite frankly, this is the least horrifying I've seen it. Usually there's like 872 ghasts firing at me at once. But my goodness, this Nether road was very difficult to build, and I am not ashamed to say that some portions of it were built in peaceful mode. I don't even care. Yeah.
The horror.
Yeah, whatever. You know what? People can say what they want. I don't care. I had to have a break from... And the game was crashing, okay? The game was crashing while being destroyed by ghasts. And this road just wasn't going to happen if I didn't just... You know what? Screw it. Peaceful mode. Anywho, I got this road done. And this road connects from Outpost Alpha. And it connects over here to Lake Alpha Station at this portal. Hello, friends. That I'm not going to hit. And then, holy cow, there's a lot of these guys in the hallway today. Wow. And then this portal leads, excuse me, sir. This portal leads back to home. Sweet home. Yes, sir, here we are. Beautiful home, sweet home, infinity. My goodness, what a journey it has been this year in this world. I'm just... I don't know. I don't even know what to say. It's been a nice look back this episode, and also a look forward, because there's some projects in the works. There's some I haven't even mentioned yet that I've got written down for possible future projectness. That said, I did make a bit of a promise in the last episode that in this episode I would begin something known as a redstone testing lab. I think what I will do is get rid of these 3 blocks right here on the left side of the tree farm and make this room the official redstone testing lab. This is the groundbreaking ceremony. It's a bit anticlimactic, but there it is, the groundbreaking ceremony for the redstone testing lab. In between episodes, I will dig out some kind of room and prepare it. And in the very next episode, my dudes, we're going to have a lovely redstone testing lab and attempt to do some actual redstone, because that is my Achilles heel as a Steve, I have to say. Redstone is where my eyes just cross and I'm just like, what am I doing? I don't know. So we're going to try to dive into the world of redstone next episode, but also very important, we're going to go back for those doggos and see if I can get a doggo. So it's kind of 2 very important purposes next episode. Redstone doggos. So yeah. Anywho, my dudes, with in F5 mode without the ability to use the forward-facing camera because Notch won't fix his freaking game. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Minecraft 10 years ago, my dudes. If you enjoyed it, I hope you hit that like button, or maybe even that subscribe button. That would be pretty darn cool. I will be back next week with another episode of Minecraft Beta Goodness. And I hope to see you then, or in the next one, or something. However my outro goes, I seem to always get it wrong in at least one way every single time. Anywho, looking forward to you guys. Looking forward to it. SteleCat out.